This is my passion.
Worldwide,
We in a
all
all
you gotta
over the
do
world.
is just tune in.
United States,
Tune
Israel,
in to Worldwide
United
Access.
Kingdom, China, Japan, Turkey, Spain, India, Canada, France, Algeria, Brazil, Kuwait, Morocco, Thailand, Sweden, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, Russia.
Tune in to Worldwide Access. Tune in to Worldwide Access. Tune in to Worldwide Access. Big stars and worldwide success.
Hope you got your TVs on, homie, we on. Worldwide Access is more than a song. To dub, keep the camera rolling, we halfway home. Worldwide events meant to be shown. Channels on cable, antenna TV, straight for the slum.
Cash money and credits, we got spots on. Call the big shots like Oprah, Anderson, Cooper. Right in the hood, in the circle, self-made might do ya.
Tune in
To all these different countries. Stay tuned in. We see you watch.
Worldwide Access. Big stars
We
and
go, baby.
worldwide success.
We international. We all over the world.
This is my passion, and the most creative expression that we can pull together. A format to separate facts from feelings so the information flows a little bit better. I've been groomed by the great ones. I do more than just make it rhyme. I make it make sense on a level so there's no doubt in your mind that you heard the truth the first time. That's why I'm able to step out with no fear and know that I can deliver. So less talking unless it's poetry. Don't move unless there's purpose behind it. This is a mental picture developing in front of you, and there's good intentions behind it. My name is Artist Romero, and this is Cosmic Poetry Radio. Thank you once again for tuning in to Cosmic Poetry Radio, broadcasting live from Worldwide Access Studios. Tonight's show is brought to you by arminarmforclimate.org. That's arminarmforclimate.org, and also Mississippi Rising Coalition. Check them out at msrising.com. We put some time into this one. Hats off to 2Dub and the entire Cosmic Poetry crew for putting in work and covering this event from several different angles. We're going to introduce you to some new faces, and also we're going to go a little bit deeper as to why some of the folks out front do exactly what they do and so passionate about the conversation behind clean energy and affordable energy. I'm pleased to report we had a successful action against Mississippi Power. We engaged the community with information about the way that Mississippi Power produces energy and how the way they produce energy puts their community at risk for polluted water and polluted air. We also had conversations about the raise in your power rates, the raise in your power bills if you're a Mississippi Power customer, and also exactly how Mississippi Power spends your money, you know, with election deniers and people who support the January 6th storming of the White House. And also we had conversations about whether or not you want your money being spent like that. My name is Artist Romero, and we started the morning in Gulfport at the Isaiah Fredericks Community Center with brunch and organization, moved on to Escatawpa to the Three Rivers community to see exactly what the affected communities look like. And they look like poor people and black people, just like me. Then we moved on to Hattiesburg to the Hub Kitchen for lunch. And then we moved on to Waynesboro, Mississippi for the Christmas parade. We were the guest of Miss Katina Howell. We did some demonstrating, and then moved on to DeKalb, Mississippi, and left the folks at the Kemper County plant, left a gift. Y'all stay close. This is Cosmic Poetry Radio. My name is Artist Romero. Thank you once again for tuning in. We finally managed to put together a network of solid citizens committed to putting the community first. Arm in arm is how we move, because there is no weak link in this chain. Like a phoenix or a rocket ship, we got Mississippi rising again. Mississippi for a Green New Deal because we have to. We can make this magical blue mystique work in favor of me and you instead of the opposite. You give a Cosmic Poetry Radio worldwide access and nothing can stop this. The country, the community, the culture, the future. This is not the same Mississippi that history's gotten used to. Good morning. My name is Artist Romero, broadcasting live from the Isaiah Fredericks Community Center in Gulfport, Mississippi. Today is December 10th. We're participating in a southeastern part of the state of Mississippi action against Mississippi Power, raising awareness about their predatory business practices, about them raising your rates, about them polluting your community in the form of polluting your water and the ground and the air. And right here we have, can you tell everybody what your name is and where you're from?
Glenn Cobb.
All right, and where you from, Mr. Cobb?
Right here in the North Gulfport area. So I'm glad to see that we're trying to do something about these high prices for the community. It's important that we do, because it's important that we speak for those who can't speak for themselves. So that's what we're trying to do here.
And this brother's a veteran, y'all. He's cool right now. He has on his Clark Kent right now, but he's been doing this for a minute. He's been actually getting some results with Mississippi Power and some of the things they're doing to the community, and actually, winning, for lack of better words.
Absolutely.
Can you tell everybody what you come?
Yeah, well, one of the things that we did is like Plant Jack Watson, which is a company that was spewing a lot of pollutants in our area, as well as causing us innumerable harm with the high prices every year. Just like the lady was saying earlier, that there are only 2 people in the household, but her bill doubled. So one of the things that we did is we told Mississippi Power, hey, look, this has to stop. Number one, you said that you were going to start using clean, free energy, and at a certain time, it hasn't happened. So one of the things that we got to do is we need to make sure that you adhere to what you're supposed to be doing. So we went and got some attorneys who fought on our behalf, took it to court, won, and so by 2023, they're supposed to be pollutant free in terms of exposing the people and the residents around the community of these pollutants that was hurting and causing respiratory diseases and all other kind of breathing issues. So we were so glad that we were able to accomplish that.
Did y'all hear that? They won. They won. That's what the community does whenever the community sticks together and the community organizes together with folks like Mr. Cobb here. The community wins. All right. I'll ask you a question. What's the deal with Mississippi Power and solar panels? How come they won't switch over to give us a better deal with solar panels?
I think that what is happening is, like with solar panels, as you know, that eventually that's supposed to reduce the bill that you're paying Mississippi Power. Well, Mississippi Power want to make all the money. They don't want to try to allow the customers to download and reduce the power bill, the money that they're paying to Mississippi Power. So that's one of the reasons why they have not jumped on board with the solar energy deal, simply because they want to make all the money. That's the bottom line.
It just seems like a natural progression. We don't use cassette tapes anymore. We don't use 8-tracks anymore. We don't pay for outrageous prices for cell phone long distance calling anymore. I think that the progression in energy, it's just a natural progression, and they need to stop fighting it.
And seeing they want to keep us dependent on them as it has been. They don't want to change, and they fight change. And believe it or not, they have been winning because we have not been loud enough. Our voices have not been heard. We have not been empowered to make sure that, hey, we got to change this. And once we do that, then you're going to see, as well as other parts of the country, you're going to see solar powers everywhere. But until we come out and let people know this is what we want reduced costs of our energy. Until we do that, nothing's going to change.
That's right. We have to keep applying the pressure as a community. Our next stop is in Escatawpa at 15301 Wolf Ridge Road. That's 15301 Wolf Ridge Road in Escatawpa. And dig this, repeat after me. It is our duty to fight. It is our duty to win. We must love each other. We must protect each other. We have nothing to lose but these chains. We have nothing to lose but these chains. Y'all stay close. This is Cosmic Poetry Radio.
You, but also share this with other people on our route. As most of you guys already know, that we're going to leave here roughly around 9 o'clock this morning, and we're going to travel to Jackson County. We're going to be in Jackson County for about 45 minutes to an hour. Then we're going to go to Hattiesburg. Hattiesburg, we're going to have lunch at the Hub, and this is a black-owned business, so it's going to be a really nice lunch. We're going to leave there and go to Waynesboro.
Katina Howell is the my name is Artist Bernie, by the way. She is our original contact, but during the midst of us talking to this event unfolding, she was voted as the Grand Marshal for the Waynesboro Christmas Parade. So we're her guest for the Christmas Parade also, and we're going to talk to her, and so we're going to be showing up to a Christmas parade in Waynesboro.
My name is Glenn Cobb, Emily Gaddis, and Ms. Leah Campbell, and so we're all working on this together. So we just want to welcome you and hope that you have a nice day today and enjoy it and educate you about what we're trying to do. We're trying to shed the light on Mississippi Power and what they're doing, the disparities that they're putting us under with the pollutants that's coming from those coal-burning plants. So we want to make sure that we share with you guys our intent, and we want you to share with your neighbors and your friends and let them know that they need to get involved. If you look on your piece of information that's in your bag, you'll see people that you can contact. And that's what we want you to do. We want you to contact those persons to let them know how you feel about the increases in your power bill.
That's on the last page, sorry to interrupt.
That's okay, that's all right.
The last page has the email addresses and phone numbers for your Mississippi Public Service Commissioners. Those are the 3 gentlemen who set the rules for our utility companies. They're elected officials, so they need to hear from their constituents.
And you are the constituent.
Right, and that is you.
Right.
We are the people, and we have the power, right? So we need to make our voices heard when we are unhappy with our power companies, and Mississippi Power has been doing us dirty for too long. We're going to talk about that throughout the day, but I did want you to know that those numbers and those contact information for your public service commissioners are on the back page, and those are the folks who have the power to hold Mississippi Power accountable, okay?
And once again, my name is Glenn Cobb. That's Leah Campbell. That's Artist and Miss Emily. So thank you guys so much.
Good morning.
Again.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Wake
morning.
up. Everybody got coffee? Coffee and breakfast. Okay. If you are a Mississippi Power customer, raise your hand. Okay. If your bill has been raised this year, raise your hand. Okay. I'm a Mississippi Power customer. I live in Ocean Springs. About 3 years ago, I used to pay maybe $140-something a month for my power bill. There's only 2 of us in my house. Nothing has changed about how much power we use. But now, this year, in 2022, my power bill has gone up to $380.
What?
$380. I can't figure out, make it make sense. Because there's only been 2 of us in our house. We haven't added on to our house. Our energy consumption is the same. So it's got to be something with Mississippi Power when I did the calculation. So Mississippi Power is owned by a company called Southern Company, right? Southern Company owns Mississippi Power, Georgia Power, and Alabama Power. Southern Company is the 2nd largest utility provider in the nation. Does anybody want to guess how much profit they made in 2021? Make a guess.
40 billion.
What'd you say?
40 billion.
40 billion. Okay, what'd you say back there?
Billions of dollars.
They made a profit of roughly $2.4 billion off the backs of us in 2021 while they're raising our rates. How much did their CEO, Tom Fanning, make in 2021? How much compensation did he get?
Billionaire.
Over $23 million. in 1 year.
1 year.
In 1 year, $23 million.
Wow.
Okay? So the way that the way that Southern Company and Mississippi Power makes their profit is by raising rates on their customers. By raising rates on their customers or by building new power plants so they can increase their number of customers that they can then raise their rates on. Okay?
Okay.
How do they generate electricity? How do they generate power? They burn fossil fuels. So they burn coal or they burn natural gas, right? Burning coal and burning natural gas not only harms our planet and causes climate change and the worsening hurricanes and the worsening storms that we're experiencing, but it also hurts our bodies. Okay? Coal hurts our lungs. Natural gas can cause neurotoxicity, which means it can hurt our brains and our nervous system and all of our organs in our body. Mississippi Power knows this, but they continue to produce energy in this way because they can make money off of it. Okay? So it's time for Mississippi Power to be held accountable for what they're doing to us, to our communities, and to our planet. They have a lot of power because they have a lot of money, but we're here to go get the people. We're here to say no more.
Okay.
No more. We deserve companies that care for our health and care for our well-being and care for our communities. And there are other ways that Mississippi Power can generate electricity and that we can even generate electricity on our own that don't hurt us. So we're going to talk about all of that today. I want to thank you all for coming and going on this journey with us. We want to make it a fun day. So yeah, just welcome and thank you all for coming. And I'm going to turn it over to Artis.
My name is Artis Romero, and I want to experience life outside the program. I want to take a step closer to figuring out who I really am. You see, I know what it's like to be black, Southern, male, but sometimes I just long to feel human. I mean, touch, taste, and feel the universe instead of trying to conjure through the tip of this pen. You see, life has become poetically redundant, allowing what's outside of me to control what's inside of me. The repetition has to stop. It's even got me loving like a robot. So today, I'm gonna delve so far inside myself that hopefully I can slip to the other side. Stick my hands in the hourglass and recover some lost time. You see, I heard that if you seek the truth, the universe will assist you if affecting space and time is what you really want to do. I'm a poet. I write things down because I stutter a little bit, all right? And I'm a radio announcer. I worked at 94.5 for about 20 years, and worked as a television host. And today, our goal is to spread information across the Mississippi Power customer market, because that's what they look at us as, about what they're doing to us, and ways that we can get together as a community and push back. My thing is communications, obviously. So throughout this day, we're going to be showing up in Escatawpa, in Hattiesburg, and in Waynesboro. And we're going to be doing some chants. And I'd like for y'all to participate in the chants if you can, and sound off so we can be heard and draw some attention, because that's why we are here. You know, we're out here to spread information and spread love and spread good energy and remind folks that it should be community first. One of these chants we're going to do, the slogan for this movement here, this particular movement is power for Southern people, not Southern companies. All right? Because the goal of this is to create power in the community, not just money. Sometimes we look at money and power as being the same thing. We all know, we all grown in here. We know that those are not the same. There is a such thing as selling out. We don't want to be that group of folks that sells our community out for a couple of dollars and miss the opportunity to build power in our community. Okay? So the slogan for this is, y'all repeat after me please if you don't have your mouth full. Power for Southern people,
Power for Southern people.
Not Southern Company.
Not Southern Company.
One more time.
Power for Southern people.
Not Southern Company. All right. And then there's another chant that I just love. I absolutely love. My favorite one is a little Asada Shakur. Repeat after me. I'm gonna go. My mind is a little fuzzy because it's early, but it is our duty to fight.
It is our duty to fight.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love each other.
We must love each other.
We must protect each other.
We must protect each other.
We have nothing to lose but our chain.
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 All right, so that's the kind of energy we're going to keep with us all day long, and that's why we're all here, okay? Is to spread that kind of energy. And thank y'all all very much for being here. Once again, my name is Artist, and that's Karina, Space Baby. We're going to be capturing this whole thing on our broadcast, Cosmic Poetry Radio. So we might come up to you every now and then and ask you a couple of questions about why you're here and how your experience is going, and maybe what success looks like to you today and in the big picture, okay? All right, thank you. Thank you.
I got one more chance to ask you this. I got one more chance. All right, so I'm going to say, when our communities are under attack, what do we do? And I want y'all to say, stand up, fight back. Okay? When our communities are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When our air is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When our water is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When our communities are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When our air is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Awesome.
All right, outstanding.
All right, so if you signed in and you are a Mississippi Power customer, did everybody sign the sheet to register for the drawing? If you are a Mississippi Power customer and you did not sign a sheet to register but you want to, go ahead and do that now, because I want to make sure I have your name in the drawing bag. Everybody good? All right. All right, who wants to draw the name? We're going to give away 2 gifts of $100 towards your power bill. Come here. Let me do it. Come draw the name. Janita Fairley. All right. All right. All right.
This is Artist Romero broadcasting live from the Isaiah Fredericks Community Center in Gulfport, Mississippi for Cosmic Poetry Radio. Today is the big day. The southeast part of the state is going to participate in an action against Mississippi Power about their predatory business practices, raising rates, polluting the community, just doing an all-around bad job by the people. So we're going to try to get some of that corrected. And today we begin the organizing. And I have a guest here with me right now that showed up today to be a part of this action. Can you tell everybody what your name is?
Good morning. Name is Reggie Williams. I'm from Bay St. Louis, graduated Bay St. Louis High School in 1996.
And why are you here today?
As Artist said, try to get information out to the people in reference to what's going on with the power bills and the burning of coals and their health and potential hazards and stuff, so that it can be aware of what's going on.
And so let me ask you this, what does success look like for you today? We're going to Escatawpa, we're going to Waynesboro, Hattiesburg, and on to Kemper County. What does success look like for you today?
Just sticking to the code, man. Getting the word out to each and every person that we can, man. You got to speak up your voice in community and protect yourself and protect your kids' interests and protect your futures, man. And stuff like that going on, unhealthy things like that, it should be made aware to the people that should know.
That's right, because this is about community organizing. This is about what's best for your community. Your community, might be solar panels. Your somebody else's community might be wind, might be some kind of hydroelectricity, might be something that doesn't exist right now, something really creative, but somebody else should not be in charge of making those decisions for you, especially if they're going to be predatory the way Mississippi Power has been predatory. Did you know this? Random thing. Did you know that Mississippi Power was taken to task by the EPA because of polluting places like Escatawpa and Gulfport and other areas they do business in? They sued the EPA. Did you know that?
No, I'm unaware. And that's the mission today, to get the word out, because I didn't know that. I don't think many people know that.
So instead of accountability, they chose to draw this out to where they can make more money and draw this out in court. And instead of cleaning up their act and stopping the polluting and stopping the burning of the coal and the natural gas and all these extractive economies that they participate in, they chose to sue the EPA. That's arrogant.
The wealthy get wealthier, That's their attitude. It's more about the profit than it is about the people. So that's what we're here for.
Yeah. Now I want y'all to stay close in just a little bit. We're going to talk to you about some symptoms of lithium exposure, to where you can spot lithium exposure in your neighborhood, maybe even in yourself, okay? There are things like frequent urination, night sweats, an inability to focus, blurred vision, because lithium is prescribed to treat bipolar disorder.
It's in the batteries. Yeah, it's in the batteries and stuff. When we want to go around sucking on the batteries or nothing like that.
I think that would mess you up a little bit. I got this little thing that I say sometimes on air that 2Dub and I, when we're recording, is that one of the side effects of lithium is an inability to sleep. Imagine that. So it's not just crystal meth out here creating all these insomniacs. I think Mississippi Power has a little bit to do with that, because what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I coach kids, I'm into health, man, and stuff like that. So, I mean, we don't need that. We don't need anything like that. I mean, that's not healthy. It's unhealthy.
Yeah, y'all stay close. We're gonna talk a little bit more about things like lithium exposure and carbon exposure. So stay right here all day. My name is Artis Romero, and I'm broadcasting live from the Isaiah Fredericks Community Center in Gulfport, Mississippi, for Cosmic Poetry Radio. Y'all stay close. Finally managed to put together a network of solid citizens committed to putting the community first. Arm in arm is how we move, because there is no weak link in this chain. Like a phoenix or a rocket ship, we got Mississippi Rising again. Mississippi for a Green New Deal, because we have to. We can make this magical blue mystique work in favor of me and you instead of the opposite. You give a Cosmic Poetry Radio worldwide access and nothing can stop this. The country, the community, the culture, the future. This is not the same Mississippi that history's gotten used to.
On-time mobile tire shop roadside assistance services semi-truck jumpstart. Semi-truck jumpstart. Semi-truck diesel fuel delivery. Box truck diesel fuel delivery. Semi-truck vehicle lockouts. Glad hand seal replacement. Red and blue air line replacement. Green electrical line replacement. Semi-truck and trailer light testing. And electric brake testing. Semi-truck air tank water draining. And air tank PSI pressure build-up. On-time mobile tire shop roadside assistance services. Call 228-235-7342.
Our level of consciousness is begging to be raised. And I've been obsessing over how to provide you with an escape. Unplugged, closer to nature, Throw our spiritual selves out into the universe and see where the good energy takes us. The Cosmic Poetry Sanctuary is a time and space dedicated to the artistic spirit and every time it decides to create. Self-healing, healthy eating, sharing information about what healthy humans need. And when the time is right, a party like you wouldn't believe. Step into the future. Leaving the Matrix has evolved into this. The Cosmic Poetry Sanctuary is a next level social experiment about peace and love. Welcome back to Cosmic Poetry Radio, broadcasting live from Worldwide Access Studios. My name is Artist Romero. You're in the middle of the recap. We're going to retrace this entire trip for you, okay? This journey through protest land against Mississippi Power and their predatory business practices. Next stop is Hattiesburg, Mississippi at the Hub Kitchen. You stay close. This is Cosmic Poetry Radio.
everybody to get comfortable, have a seat. We're going to give Ms. Valerie about another 10 minutes. She's doing something special for us, and she wants to make sure that we enjoy this, so we're going to give her that time that she's going to need to prepare a special lunch for us. She's doing this on our behalf, and we just want to make sure that we thank her those of you who don't know, this is called the Hub Kitchen. The Hub Kitchen. This was a meeting place for a number of prominent politicians in the area. Guesty, just to name one person. So we want to make sure that we sit back, relax, and enjoy ourselves, and enjoy the special food that Valerie Clark has prepared for us, and this is the honor. So without any further ado, this is our host, Ms. Valerie Clark, who is the pride and honor of the house.
Welcome y'all to my house. Come anytime. You don't just have to come today, come anytime. But I want to thank you for choosing as well. Today I have something. I think I kind of hit everybody's palates. If I haven't, just come to me and I'll make something for you real quick. On the menu today, we're going to have catfish, fried catfish, hamburger steak, macaroni and cheese. We got two types of cabbage for my vegetarian. We got a cabbage with no meat, and we got cabbage with We got macaroni and cheese, and we have a green salad too. We got a green salad.
Everybody here, our Heavenly Father, we gather here and assemble as one. I'd like to thank you for blessing the cook, blessing the driver, bless those who coordinate, those who came aboard to really in depth get a better understanding of environmental problems around us. The Heavenly Father continue to bless the food as we nourish our body in Christ. Amen.
Amen. Okay, y'all, welcome. Tea and lemonade is over here. If it's too sweet, I do have some soft drinks in the front.
Welcome back to Cosmic Poetry Radio. My name is Artist Romero, holding it down for the home team. We are broadcasting live, no safety net, from the Hub Kitchen in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. We're here talking about Mississippi power and predatory business practices. And the best way to have those conversations is over a good meal and some good company and good friends and folks who are on the same side of peace. And right now, I have a really special guest with me right now. Can you tell everybody what your name is?
Emily Donna Scolas.
And you are going to be the Green Party candidate for governor, right?
Yeah, if I'm selected by the Green Party, they have to vote. And so that hopefully will happen within a month or so. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the intention.
So Green Party people out there, she's overly qualified. She's super qualified, and this is the right person for the job, okay? So any Green Party folks out there, anybody that's going to vote for governor this year, please remember the name Emily Escolas, okay? Emily, we were talking just a little while ago about Mississippi Power, of course, and about monopolies. Can you explain to the folks a little bit about the problem with monopolies with Mississippi Power?
Yeah, it's just, even the name Mississippi Power it's a slap in the face, you know, because when you have a monopolized power structure like we have, then it takes away the people's vote, the voice of the people, right? Also, it takes away from quality. If the people or not, nobody else is pushing back or having any balance of checks and balances within the system, it creates just absolute corruption and is not serving the people, and that's what, you know, we're supposed to be doing. So we just have gotten an imbalance after so many years of having a one-stop shop for our power.
Yeah, and one thing about me is that, you know, times are changing. You know, we don't do CDs anymore. We don't do cassette tapes anymore. We don't do free nights and weekends and big satellite dishes. So quite naturally, the way we get electricity, the way we get power should change. Can you explain just a little off-the-cuff question, can you explain to the folks why Mississippi Power, aside from profits, don't want the change?
I mean, I just think they want to stay in power, you know? Why, if you have all the money and all that authority, why would you want to let go of that, you know? So that's what I think. It doesn't matter if things are outdated or working optimally for the people and who are they're supposed to serve. It's about staying in hold of the power itself, you know? So that's the fight we're in there, is just the addiction to power, I would say.
And this campaign, this action campaign, it's called Southern Power for Southern People. not Southern Company.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, you know, and I feel like that quite sums it up. That sums it up, because we have problems with energy. We have problems with the way we produce energy, the way we extract fossil fuels, these extractive economies, for whether it be pulling something out of the ground or pulling people out of the community and not putting anything back. And we got some solutions to find, and Mississippi Power is standing in the way of solutions every time. You know, you might know this because you're a smart person, but I didn't know this until a few months back, that where I live in Jackson County, the Daniels plant, Mississippi Power has been poisoning the water there for years with lithium and putting carbon in the water, and this clean carbon myth that they got going about taking carbon out of the air and putting it in the ground to where you can't see it, and now it poisons the water. But so they found evidence of these lithium and carbon causing health problems with people. So instead of Mississippi Power fixing it and stopping and being concerned about the health of the people, do you know they sued the EPA?
No way. To cover it up?
To sue the EPA.
So that the EPA didn't have power to make corrective or reprimands against them?
Right. Right.
I believe it. See, right here we're in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, right? So this is almost Tornado Alley, too. That's another thing, right? So on top of the poisoning that we got going on, we have so many chemical plants here that, like Hercules, we've had Palmer's Crossing, like all this lumber, all been feeding into the Leaf River, just dumping raw sewage. I mean, just everything like that. And so it's all a part of the same power structure and the same issue, right? But then you think these tornadoes, how we've had multiple just come right through here, you know? We got these power lines out, you know, it's outdated, just like you said. So we're not ready for the storms. We're getting poisoned. We have no checks and balances. And then after you've tainted the well, then what? We've already got a tainted well in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. All right? Years worth of chemicals just not getting regulated because of these monopolies. So when you know that, then you can pull back and say, well, what is the answer here? And the answer is obviously to balance that power for our safety, like our lives depend on it. And if we don't even have the access to the proper care after that exposure to what they let us get exposed to, we don't even get to remove it from our system, right? And then what I see is they're causing the problem, and then they're benefiting off of the problem by creating the solutions. The mental health system, for instance, just you get bogged down with these poisons, you start to have these symptoms, and then they just toss you and take away your identity, basically, and chemically incarcerate you for the rest of your life.
Wow, chemically incarcerate you. That's a good choice of words. I'm gonna borrow that for a poem, because you know, with exposure to lithium, you know, we know lithium is used to treat like bipolar disorders, and that's what keeps the Energizer Bunny so turned up is lithium.
Yeah.
And we have 5 times the legal amount of lithium in the water in Jackson County where I live.
Wow.
And so now we're dealing with that in the systems of children, and not,
Yes.
I mean, you know, if you have a child that's sitting in class and they got fuzzy vision, they can't really see, can't focus, and they're not performing, you know, the system is quick to label that child dumb or can't keep up, when the thing is that child has got poison water at home.
Exactly. And if you don't get to that source, this is where we have a statewide public health crisis. And if we're not getting to the source of that public health crisis, we're not doing any of us any good, and we're all sharing the water.
That's right.
You know? So at that point, I personally had heavy metal poisoning, and I got swept into the mental health system myself. Even in Hattiesburg, it happened to me. That's really a driving force for me, is taking the pain and the torture, because they ended up putting me in a cage, artists. A cage, I swear. I could go right now show you the cage they put me in.
A literal cage.
A literal cage.
Oh, wow.
That was their solution to my symptoms that were absolutely heavy metals. And I went and got the test. I went and got the treatment. I had to be my own doctor, because the actual ailment, the actual solution to my ailment did not exist here. I had to flee as a refugee and go get corrective action on my health.
Oh, wow.
And I'm back to spread awareness and stand up for, like you said, these kids who are getting brain cancers, these kids who are getting, all these developmental delays and mutations, and the signs are here. I mean, we have a crisis.
Yeah, it's a full-fledged crisis.
And nobody is acting in the way that we need, like our families and our lives depend on it. You're not going to go use your insurance and get access to chelation to remove the chemicals from your mitochondria, for instance. You ain't going to do it.
No, my insurance won't cover that.
So we've got this corporate monopolized toxic institution which is literally killing us. And we can get all those health records to show we have a problem, a cluster, a statewide cluster, It's not just, Mississippi, but...
It's not just, you're right, it's not just one part of Mississippi. I mean, I live on the coast in Jackson County, and we're in Hattiesburg right now. We're going to Waynesboro in just a minute, and then we're going to Kemper County. They're going to have they have a bad problem there too. And then you factor in Jackson and parts of the Delta. Mississippi, the entire state, needs some community organization. We need to turn our backs to the big corporate monsters and talk to each other.
And get cooperative. Create cooperative wealth. Grow our solutions ourselves. That's what I see, is we are going to we're going to have all the fresh produce in the world because we're finally going to grow it ourselves, and we're not going to get this whole like genocidal chemicals in your vegetable kind of situation going on. We're going to know what's in our food. That's the power. You want Mississippi power? People, you want to get the power of Mississippi, you take the food over.
Yeah.
People in Mississippi love some food. So if it's actually nourishing the soul, nourishing the body, people are going to have more energy. They're not going to be in so much pain. We're going to have a whole new Mississippi.
Yeah, we'll be a whole new Mississippi.
For real. And it's exciting, and it's just time, but we're seeing those trends in the formation of the leadership of the organizers, is what I'm seeing. That's in meeting you, I knew that right away. I was like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, the universe is funny. It's like, there's an ally. Yeah, I really appreciate that.
Yeah, so it's like time to quit letting us get gaslit perpetually, and trying to, it's time to come together around the truth. And the truth is we're in a statewide crisis, and we need to pivot because we're all sharing the same land, the same water, the same air,
And that is the goal of this show, to bring you the truth. Honest conversations amongst Mississippians about things you thought you knew. Emily, you going to be here for a little bit? We're going to check in with Emily Escolas in just a minute. My name is Artis Romero, broadcasting live for Cosmic Poetry Radio in Hattiesburg, Mississippi from the Hub Kitchen. Y'all stay close. Welcome back to Cosmic Poetry Radio. My name is Artis Romero. We're broadcasting live from the Hub in Hattiesburg. The Hub Kitchen in Hattiesburg, 1206 Hardy Street in Hattiesburg. This is live, y'all. No safety net. We are going for what we know. I got a good friend here and also a very important guest at this event right here. His name is Yasin Shabazz. Yasin, can you tell folks where you're from?
Pass-Christian, Mississippi. I was raised in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, but reside in Pass-Christian.
And Yasin, one of the smartest folks I've ever met, period. And we're here with folks like Yasin and the rest of the community to work on solutions to a much bigger problem than just high power bills and a polluted environment. And you say, how can it get much bigger than that? The bigger topic we need to discuss is extractive economies. Can you give folks a brief explanation, Yasin, of what extractive economies is?
Yes, sir. So extractive economy, kind of self-explanatory, but goes from everything from raw materials and literally the mining of the Earth's inner core and removing that from the Earth onto the surface level and onto other places and locations. A lot of that happens in the southeast region of the United States. But it also goes further. It also goes to human resources, and the shifts that we hear from small town Mississippi are many of the jobs are in New Orleans or in Mobile or up near Jackson. Here in Hattiesburg, people even make that daily commute to find labor, to find a source of living. And all of that is a form of extraction that takes from local communities and takes from home-based areas to provide for other communities. And it's not necessary. It's not required at all.
That's right. That's right. And that's why we're here. We are here to find solutions. You know, high power bills and polluting the environment, high lithium levels, this carbon capture myth that's not a real thing. Those are all much bigger symptoms of a much bigger problem. And the much bigger problem is extractive economies and this system that we live in. I mean, this system is designed to where that only a few people benefit from all of us. It's broken. It needs to be redone. Yastin, is there anything else that you want to talk to the folks about now?
Not particularly at this time. I'm excited about the learning. I'm excited about your project at the Cosmic Poetry Sanctuary, which basically grounds people in another way, grounds people in resources that we may have in our own backyard or our own property and how that can be used usefully. So I'm very interested in seeing a lot of those solutions come to bear fruit. And I look forward to keeping up with not only Cosmic Poetry Sanctuary, but many of the solutions that the Mississippi for a Green New Deal is implementing and advocating.
Thanks, Justin. I appreciate it. Y'all be on the lookout for Hydra House. Be on the lookout for Gulf Coast Sustainable Growers Alliance doing some collaborations, continuing to do some collaborations with the Cosmic Poetry Sanctuary and Cosmic Poetry Radio. Y'all stay close. We're in Hattiesburg, broadcasting live from the Hub Kitchen with Cosmic Poetry Radio. Welcome back to Cosmic Poetry Radio. My name is Artist Romero, broadcasting live from the Hub in Hattiesburg. That's the Hub Kitchen, 1206 Hardy Street in Hattiesburg. We're part of Power for Southern People, not Southern Company. It's a movement to find solutions against predatory business practice from Southern Company. Mississippi Power, if you're in this area. It's bigger than just raising rates and poisoning the environment. It's bigger than that. We're seeking solutions. I have a guest here with me. She is the executive director of Mississippi Rising Coalition, Miss Leah Campbell. Leah, why are you here?
We're trying to organize folks. We're trying to build people power. We know we're up against a company, Mississippi Power, Southern Company, that have billions, literally billions of dollars. But what they don't have is the people. So what we have to do, and what as organizers, as activists, is get out and make the case for why this campaign is necessary. And we've got to organize the people to fight back. So that's what we're doing.
Well, I was talking to somebody earlier about Mississippi Power and this action that we're doing, moving around the state the way we are and informing people. And they told me, they said, well, artists, I don't do politics. I said, well, this ain't politics. You know, this is information. We give you the facts and what's going on in your community, and we don't do politics. We let you figure it out for yourself. Because I don't know what's best for you and your family. So as a responsible person in the community that has access to news and information, I feel like it's my job to give you the straight news, the straight information, and let you decide for yourself. I'm off on a tangent. How do you feel about that, Leah?
No, it's okay. My response to that is everything is political. Literally, everything is political. Our whole society, the way it's structured, the systems that we live within and operate within is political. Decisions are made on our behalf by our elected officials. From the water that we drink, to the air that we breathe, to the driver's licenses that we have to go get, to the IDs we have to show to vote, to how much we get paid on our jobs. I mean, everything is political. So to just say, I don't do politics, for me, that really is like a personal abdication of your responsibility to help shape the world that we live in. So, yeah, that's my response when I get that is everything is political. So get involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, with solar power and wind, and why are we not seeing the effects of implementing solar power or wind energy into our everyday lives? Why hasn't that changed yet?
So here in Mississippi, Mississippi Power, along with Entergy, which are the two biggest utility companies in the state, have run a coordinated campaign to slow the transition to solar power. So they've literally fought at the Mississippi Public Service Commission to restrict access to solar power to regular folks like you and I. Just in July, myself and some other community activists were at a Public Service Commission meeting. The Public Service Commission had passed a rule that regular folks could get a $3,500 incentive to put solar panels on their roof, which was a big step for Mississippi, so that moderate income folks could maybe access solar panels to get them put on their roof. Mississippi Power and Entergy showed up at that hearing with their lawyers to say, don't do this. They wanted the Public Service Commission to reconsider that rule. Thankfully, there were enough people and activists and organizers at that meeting that we were able to convince the Public Service Commission to move forward with that rule. Granted, the final rule that they passed was somewhat of a compromise. They backed the incentive back down to $3,000 from $3,500 because of Mississippi Power and Entergy's efforts. So it just goes to show how they use their resources to pay for professional attorneys and lobbyists and so forth to slow the transition to things like wind and solar, because they want to keep burning fossil fuels because that's what makes them billions of dollars.
Oh man, that seems like, as citizens, with somebody blatantly doing that to us, blatantly wanting to keep you paying high bills, blatantly want to keep you and your family behind the 8 ball financially when it comes to, that deserves some action. I mean, that deserves somebody standing up against an organization.
But the problem is a lot of folks don't know what these companies are doing. So again, as activists and as organizers, we've got to bring that information to the people, because once you know that, then you've got to decide what to do. When you know how you're getting screwed by Mississippi Power or Entergy, then you've got to make a conscious decision. Am I going to let myself continue to be screwed over, or am I going to get involved? And sometimes getting involved looks like maybe just sending an email to your public service commissioner or making a phone call. Sometimes getting involved looks like joining a campaign and really going all out, but we'll take what we can get. We realize people have busy lives, and a lot of folks can't do this as much as we do, right? So maybe that just looks like calling your public service commissioner once a quarter and saying, hey, are you guys working on Mississippi Power to get, stop their dirty deeds, or, so however you can get involved, we'll take it.
And for more information, you can also always go to msrising.com, msrising.com, to the Mississippi Rising Coalition's website, and also go to arminarmforclimate.org. That's arminarmforclimate.org, and sign up and check out some information and some ways that you could be involved. Also, check out Cosmic Poetry Sanctuary's Facebook page. We got some interesting things on there. Is there anything else you want to say to them, Leah?
Yeah, I just want folks to know we have the power. We have the power to make change. You just got to make that decision to get involved. Reach out to the right folks and let us kind of guide you through ways that you can make change happen. But it is possible, so join us.
Broadcasting live from the Hub in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. That's the Hub Kitchen in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Right place at the right time with Cosmic Poetry Radio and Leah Campbell. Y'all stay close. We finally managed to put together a network of solid citizens committed to putting the community first. Arm in arm is how we move, because there is no weak link in this chain. Like a phoenix or a rocket ship, we got Mississippi Rising again. Mississippi for a Green New Deal, because we have to. We can make this magical blue mystique work in favor of me and you instead of the opposite. You give a Cosmic Poetry Radio worldwide access and nothing can stop this. The country, the community, the culture, the future. This is not the same Mississippi that history's gotten used to.
On-time mobile tire shop. Roadside assistance services. Mounting and balancing. Fuel delivery. Emergency mobile tire shop. I-10 mounting and balancing tires. On the highway service. Can fix your flat tire on the road. We service customers' home location. Battery jumpstart, vehicle lockouts, flat tire repair. Call 228-235-7342 or Google On Time Mobile Tire Shop.
Our level of consciousness is begging to be raised. And I've been obsessing over how to provide you with an escape. Unplugged, closer to nature. Throw our spiritual selves out into the universe and see where the good energy takes us. The Cosmic Poetry Sanctuary is a time and space dedicated to the artistic spirit and every time it decides to create. Self-healing, healthy eating, sharing information about what healthy humans need. And when the time is right, a party like you wouldn't believe. Step into the future. Leaving the Matrix has evolved into this. The Cosmic Poetry Sanctuary is a next level social experiment about peace and love. Welcome back to Cosmic Poetry Radio, broadcasting live from Worldwide Access Studios. My name is Artist Romero, and every journey begins with a step. Every life story ends with a last breath. You see, every time I contemplate starting over, I break out in a cold sweat because I feel like there's so many blessings I haven't received yet. But something's got to change. No matter how much I write and rage and rhyme and rack my brain, what if I ran out of excuses? What if it was just me and my muses? Imagine the conviction of my tool if I was forced to use it. Take my poetry and my passion and try to fuse it and use it, not misuse it like I've done so many other times. Make peace with the demon so I can finally let the monster fly, get control of my mind, and be happy this time. We're going to take you to Waynesboro, Mississippi, and also follow that up with the pictures from Kemper County. You stay close. This is Cosmic Poetry Radio. What group are y'all with? Walmart. Okay, good. Waynesboro, Mississippi, at the Christmas Day Parade. At the Christmas Parade, how many years have we had this?
I have no idea. Since I was a little girl, we've always had a Christmas parade in Waynesboro.
Okay. And what's your name?
Tiffany Hollowville. I'm Salisha Litley.
And what's your name? And what organization are y'all with?
We are with Walmart. This is actually Walmart's first year to participate in the parade.
Okay, good. What's the path going to take? Y'all going to go? What street y'all going to start on? What's the name of this street? Okay, all right.
We'll go down this way and around and all the way back around.
And this is Azalea here, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, all right. Now, Miss Bettina Holloway, She's invited us out. From what I understand, she's the first black Grand Marshal here at this parade.
She is, yes sir.
All right. How do you feel about that?
I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, I think it's good representation. Miss Tina does a lot for our community. She's very involved. She represents Waynesboro in a great way.
Fantastic. Thank y'all for your time. My name is Artis Romero, and I'm in Waynesboro, Mississippi with Cosmic Poetry Radio. Y'all stay close. My name is Artis Romero, broadcasting live from Waynesboro, Mississippi. We're at the county courthouse right now for the Christmas parade. Dig this, it's 2022, and our host, Miss Katina Howell, is the very first black Grand Marshal of the Christmas parade here in Waynesboro, Mississippi. Hats off to progress, slow motion with it. Power for Southern people, not Southern Company, here making noise, spreading messages about Mississippi Power and their predatory business practices and how they're raising people's bills and contaminating the environment, including everything, water, air, lithium exposure. It's just bad. Raising your bills, just blowing holes in your family budget. And we're here to organize as a community, my community, your community, communities around the state, on how to push back and organize against this monster called Mississippi Power. Y'all stay close. My name is Artis Romero, and I'm broadcasting live for Cosmic Poetry Radio.
When the air we breathe is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the water we drink is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company.
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company.
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company.
When the air we breathe is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When the water we drink is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the communities we love are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company.
Power for Southern people! Not Southern Company! Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company.
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company.
When the air we breathe is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the air we breathe is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the water we drink is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the water we drink is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the communities we love are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the communities we love are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company!
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company!
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company!
There is no such thing as clean coal!
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 Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company!
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company!
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company!
When the communities we love are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
And when the water we drink is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company!
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company!
Power for Southern people!
Not Southern Company!
There is no such thing as clean coal!
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 There When the air we breathe is under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back. When the water we drink is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the communities we love are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Power for Southern people!
Our Southern Company.
Power for Southern people!
Our Southern Company.
Power for Southern people!
Our Southern Company.
There is no such thing as clean coal!
There is no such thing as clean coal.
There is no such thing as clean coal!
There is no such thing as clean coal.
There is no such thing as clean coal!
There is no such thing as clean coal.
I'm gonna put the battery.
Power for Southern people!
Southern Company.
Power for Southern people!
Our Southern Company.
Power for Southern people!
Our Southern Company.
What do we do with the air we breathe is under attack?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do with the water we drink is under attack?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do when the communities we love are under attack?
Stand up, fight back.
There is no such thing as clean coal!
There's no such thing as clean coal.
There is no such thing as clean coal!
There's no such thing as clean coal.
There is no such thing as clean coal!
There's no such thing as clean coal.
Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want your coal ash here. Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want your coal ash here. Repeat after me. Say it loud, say it clear. We won't pay your high bills here. Say it loud, say it clear. We won't pay your high bills here. Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want your corruption here. Say it loud, say it clear.
We don't want the corruption here.
Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want your coal ash here. Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want your coal ash here. Say it loud, say it clear. We won't pay your high bills here. Say it loud, say it clear. We won't pay your high bills here. Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want your corruption here.
Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want your corruption here.
Power for Southern people.
Our Southern Company.
Power for Southern people.
Our Southern Company.
Power for Southern people.
Southern Company.
When the air we breathe is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the communities we love are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the water we drink is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want your coal ash here.
Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want your coal ash here.
Say it loud, say it clear. We won't pay your high bills here.
Say it loud, say it clear. We won't pay your high bills here.
Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want your corruption here.
Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want your corruption here.
There's no such thing as clean coal.
No such thing as clean coal.
There's 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 no such thing as clean coal.
Power for Southern people.
Our Southern Company.
Power for Southern people.
Our Southern Company.
Power for Southern people.
Our Southern Company.
When the food we eat is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the food we eat is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the food we eat is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the water we drink is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the water we drink is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the water we drink is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the air we breathe is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When the Say it loud, say it clear. We won't pay your high bills here. Say it loud, say it clear. We won't pay your high bills here. Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want the corruption here. Say it loud, say it clear. We don't want your corruption here. Power for Southern people. Not Southern company. Power for Southern people. Not Southern company. Power for Southern people. Not Southern company. There's no such thing as clean coal. 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 There's no such thing as clean coal.
This is Artist Romero broadcasting live from Waynesboro, Mississippi at the Christmas parade. We are taking part right now in the Mississippi Power Action. We're protesting, y'all. I mean, no point, no cutting, no mincing words. We are protesting. We are pushing back against the system. Predatory business practices, raising rates, polluting the environment, and it has to stop. We just gave away our last bit of mutual aid, putting money on people's power bills. You bring your power bill to us, put money on your power bill. That's our way of supporting. That's our way of helping out a little bit. And that's also our way of getting your attention so that you pay attention to what we put in your hand and learn about what Mississippi Power is doing to your community, all right? There are so many ways that we can push back, but it takes organization first. The information is out there, but we have to organize as a community. My community is different than your community. The solutions that work in my community may not be the same as the solutions that work in your community, but we have to talk about it. My name is Artist Romero. Like I said, I'm broadcasting live outside of the Justice Court in Waynesboro, Mississippi at the Christmas Day Parade. Miss Katina Howell, the very first black Grand Marshal of the Christmas Parade here in Waynesboro, Mississippi, and this is 2022. Hats off to progress, but Waynesboro and the rest of Mississippi got a long ways to go, all right? But first, we're gonna start with Mississippi Power. It's part of a much bigger system, and a system that's built on extractive economies, pulling things out of the ground, pulling people out of the community, and not putting anything back to replace those resources. We gotta stop, gotta do better. We need to have conversations about solar power, we need to have conversations about wind and hydroelectricity. My name is Artist Romero. Y'all stay close. This is Cosmic Poetry Radio. Finally managed to put together a network of solid citizens committed to putting the community first. Arm in arm is how we move because there is no weak link in this chain. Like a phoenix or a rocket ship, we got Mississippi rising again. Mississippi for a Green New Deal because we have to. We can make this magical blue mystique work in favor of me and you instead of the opposite. You give a Cosmic Poetry Radio worldwide access and nothing can stop this. The country, the community, the culture, the future. This is not the same Mississippi that history's gotten used to.
On Time Mobile Tire Shop Roadside Assistance Services Semi-Truck Jumpstart. Semi-Truck Jumpstart. Semi-Truck Diesel Fuel Delivery. Box Truck Diesel Fuel Delivery. Semi-Truck Vehicle Lockouts. Glad Hand Seal Replacement. Red and Blue Air Line Replacement. Green Electrical Line Replacement. Semi-Truck and Trailer Light Testing. And Electric Brake Testing. Semi-Truck Air Tank Water Draining. And Air Tank PSI Pressure Build-Up. On Time Mobile Tire Shop Roadside Assistance Services. Call 228-235-7342.
Our level of consciousness is begging to be raised. And I've been obsessing over how to provide you with an escape. Unplugged, closer to nature. Throw our spiritual selves out into the universe and see where the good energy takes us. The Cosmic Poetry Sanctuary is a time and space dedicated to the artistic spirit and every time it decides to create. self-healing, healthy eating, sharing information about what healthy humans need. And when the time is right, a party like you wouldn't believe. Step into the future. Leaving the Matrix has evolved into this. The Cosmic Poetry Sanctuary is a next level social experiment about peace and love. This is Cosmic Poetry Radio. My name is Artist Romero, holding it down for the home team. Want to say thank you to our sponsors, arminarmforclimate.org. That's arminarmforclimate.org. Go to their website and sign the pledge. Read the information and participate. See how you can get you and your community involved. And also, Mississippi Rising Coalition, check them out at msrising.com. Want to say thank you to the entire Cosmic Poetry crew, to the entire Worldwide Access staff. Thank y'all for a fantastic job. Well done. You have a fantastic day. It's Cosmic Poetry Radio. Peace. This is my passion, and the most creative expression that we can pull together. A format to separate facts from feelings so the information flows a little bit better. I've been groomed by the great ones. I do more than just make it rhyme. I make it make sense on a level so there's no doubt in your mind that you heard the truth the first time. That's why I'm able to step out with no fear and know that I can deliver. So less talking unless it's poetry. Don't move unless there's purpose behind it. This is a mental picture developing in front of you, and there's good intentions behind it. My name is Artist Romero, and this is Cosmic Poetry Radio.
Worldwide, we worldwide. All you gotta do is just tune in. Tune in to Worldwide Access. Worldwide, we worldwide. All you gotta do is just tune in. Tune in to Worldwide Access. Worldwide. We worldwide, all you gotta do is just tune in. Worldwide,
We international.
we worldwide, all you gotta do is just tune in.
United States,
Tune
Israel,
in to Worldwide
United
Access.
Kingdom, Germany, Japan, Turkey, Spain, India, Canada, France, Algeria, Brazil, Kuwait, Morocco, Thailand, Sweden, Malaysia, Saudi Arabia, Russia.
Tune in to Worldwide Access. Tune in to Worldwide Access. Tune in to Worldwide Access. Big stars and worldwide success.
Hope you got your TVs on, homie, we on. Worldwide Access is more than a song. To dub, keep the camera rolling, we halfway home. Worldwide events meant to be shown. Channels on cable, antenna TV, straight for the slum.
Cash money and credits, we got spots on. Call the big shots like Oprah, Anderson, Cooper. Right in the hood, in the circle, self-made might do ya.
Tune in to
So all these
Worldwide
different
Access.
countries, stay tuned in. We see you watch.
Worldwide Access. Big stars
global,
and
baby.
worldwide success.
We international. We all over the world.